Well, it is good to see everybody. It is nice to be here. My apologies to 5 and 6 and 9, since I can't be speaking in front of them today. But it's nice to be able to do a video and always catch everybody, no matter if they made it here or I made it here or not, because it's an important week. I mean, it's been an important month to write about and think about as we talk about gratitude. And this week, really trying to talk about the rough parts of life and how can gratitude help us. If last week was, what does gratitude do in the good parts of life with relationships? How does it help us with those? This week's about gratitude and adversity, and what does it do for us? And I confess there's three things that it does. Is one is it helps us with determination. If we have gratitude, we have some momentum. We have some kind of inner peace that allows us to stand firm even when some wave or some unexpected event happens. And I think it really does help. Another one is I think gratitude helps us stay connected with our support network, because we're aware of who's been contributing to us, who's been empowering us, who's been uplifting us. And so when we have that and adversity strikes, a crisis comes, something unexpected, we already have some fresh names and fresh contacts with people that help us to endure that situation. But also I think gratitude helps narrow and kind of confirm our perspective about life and adversity. Because at that moment we remember what really matters. At that moment we remember to keep perspective if we get pulled in too small, right? When something bad happens, people can quickly start to catastrophize, their brain runs, they start to see everything that might go south. But gratitude helps us to stand firm in that and remind us that our perspective has led to good things. It has enabled us to survive up to this point. And so I think these are three really key aspects of gratitude and adversity. To kind of build on that, the encouragement this week was, if you're willing to go back and look at the hard times of the past year, whether they were major, mild, or somewhere in between, and think, did any good come out of that for me? Did anything show up unexpectedly afterwards? Because I think ultimately that's some really high level kind of self-acceptance and thinking about hard things in our life, is when we identify, oh, I came through it and I learned a new skill, or I was able to show my strength, or I was able to lean on somebody and our relationship is better. So be thinking about that as you go through the week. And the second part of that encouragement for us to act on this week is be maintaining those relationships with those people that helped you get through. It's kind of like the safety net. It's the practical effort to make those relationships as strong and frequent as possible, so that when something happens, you don't have to think, who do I turn to? Who do I call? Who will help me? Who will I lean on? So the more you are paying attention to that this week, I think the more it'll be fresh on your mind, and be prepared for when something comes that seems to threaten your gratitude overall in life. So as I was thinking about gratitude and adversity, well, it's very convenient to come off of yesterday when you think about Veterans Day, and Monday, close to our family's heart, is the 250th anniversary of the Marines. So just thinking of people who face adversity intentionally, right? Who stand out there and protect and guard and intervene. So I just thought, here are some interesting facts about Veterans Day, and maybe these are known to you. It's just good read amidst many other things that we probably saw, ceremonies, or caught some social media updates and other things. But Veterans Day began as Armistice Day in 1919, marking the first anniversary of the end of the Great War, right? The war they thought would be the end of the wars. The date is always November 11th because it commemorates the armistice that went into effect at 11 a.m. on that day in 1918. Veterans Day honors all who have served, while Memorial Day is specifically set aside to honor those and mourn those who died in military service. So it's a nice way to keep that in mind. For those of you that are technical, the official name of the holiday does not have an apostrophe. So it is Veterans Day. It's not Veterans Day like possessive, or Veterans Day that's their day. It's just talking about it from that standpoint. And if you're aware of this or not, it is a national moment of silence is often observed at 11 a.m. on Veterans Day, and a large ceremony takes place at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier in Arlington National Cemetery out on the East Coast. So if you had a chance to dive into some of those things, I think it was just a perfect example of gratitude in adversity, because we are thankful for people who have themselves dedicated their life, or families who have supported them, to be intentionally stepping into adversity for the well-being of others. Some questions related to our topic and our own thoughts. If one of those exercises this week is to stay connected with people proactively. So when something happens, when adversity happens, you will know who to turn to. My question is, how do you know, or what's the best way for you to stay connected with people so that when you need them, they're right there? Are you, I need to regularly see them, or you feel connected with sending text messages? Are you an idea of getting together with them regularly? What helps you feel close to the closest people around you? So when you need them, they're there. What's your default effort? Face to face, technology. What's that? Text. Yeah. Checking in. It's very quick, easy, can be very present and ongoing. Yeah. So, any others that help you feel like you stay in communication and connected with the people that are closest to you? What else comes to mind? Obnoxious voicemails. Yeah. Leaving voicemails for people who can't answer the phone at that moment. Uh-huh. Let them know that you're thinking about them, kind of thing. And it certainly creates a reciprocation, which I think is a good point of that they have to then call you back and either leave a voicemail for you or talk to you about that. So I think that's what it's about. The more we are engaging people, the more they want to reciprocate those things. I said it last week and wrote about it that when bad things happen, adversity happens, we tend to get silent, withdraw, and stop doing things. If we have people closely around us, they notice when we go quiet. So whatever your mode is to reach out to people, they're like, I haven't gotten a text from so and so in a while. I'm going to reach out to them. Or I haven't seen them at this place in a while. I haven't heard from them in any kind of way. So if you have a normal way of reaching out to people and you do that regularly, it does allow you to stay connected. And when you stop doing that or it fades or drops, it's a little bit of a nonverbal sign that something is going on. And if we're paying attention to our support networks, that's a really good way to stay connected. The other one I was thinking of, I mean, I suggested Veterans Day yesterday as an answer to this one, but is there a story of someone you know that endured significant adversity and you were kind of in awe of how they handled it? Whether that was related to their gratitude or related to something else. Because those are encouraging to us all. Is there anybody you know that handled something that was quite overwhelming and they did it well? Any stories to share or any examples to give? Hmm. Mhm. Hmm. That's a good example. Hey, right? And that's maybe what stands out, that despite a significant impact of something, it didn't perhaps sounds like take away his emotional ability, his personality traits that still stand through physical impact or a chronic disease, those kind of things. Yeah, yeah, good example. Any others? And maybe the reason I'm thinking about it is to get back to that kind of homework to say, if you know someone and someone comes to mind, maybe get together with them, right? Reciprocation. You're reminded of who they are and what they did, and it's encouraging to you, and it might be encouraging to them. So it's just that way to deepen relationships for when we need it, when something else happens. So some final comments about gratitude during adversity and the impact. I think gratitude acts as a safety net for us, that when we feel overwhelmed, when it's a crisis, it is something that just kind of lingers. Instead of all flooding and leaving, that there is this recent belief that, hey, my life is going in a way that I'm content with, or I have gratitude about something that's happened. So it doesn't disappear very quickly. It doesn't just burn up and go away. So in that sense, that it even withstands the initial flood, the initial impact of an event. That's why I think gratitude is a good safety net. Second, I just was mentioning this, that when gratitude is shared with others, it leads to reciprocation. When you're investing in somebody else, generally, sincerely, they invest in you. They appreciate your time, effort, and ability. They want to do the same for you. So it creates this nice cushion, this nice buffer that gratitude is able to preserve us and able to do things. So even when pressure comes because of crisis and it shrinks, those people have been reciprocating to us and building that back up. It's a way to withstand the pressure. And then I think finally, gratitude helps us to recall the positive self-care efforts we have made. Especially if you're thinking back to what has happened to me this year, what's helped me be able to do that. The more you think about what were the key aspects that I did to take care of myself, right? The old school ones are easily make sure you're sleeping right, make sure you're eating consistently enough, make sure you're staying hydrated. But it's also the other things of make sure you're not isolated, make sure you're getting out, physical activity, connecting with other people. Gratitude helps us to recall those things when in a crisis we want to flee and our perspective gets very short and narrow. So a good week to talk about how gratitude can be powerful during the toughest times. And we still have 2 weeks left to talk a little bit further about more dynamics with gratitude. So be good to look forward to next week. And then I'll still be here Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and we'll talk more specifically about that holiday, whether you think it's good, bad, or ugly. We'll have a chance to talk about all three aspects that week to be kind of equal on all accounts. So good to see all of you. Enjoy your noon workout, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.